You are Locked On Texas Tech, your daily podcast on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Mixing it up a little bit like this, good for the league, you think? What's your reaction?
Yeah, I would say to you that it was very interesting for Gundy to say this. I think that tone and context is important but I think that he was clearly not really taken out of context in this instance. It's also, and I thought Dan Lanning is dead on. That's not my I just get real uncomfortable when people start throwing shade or talking about the way somebody else's program is run. You got your own job, you got your own program. You don't like the way it's run, then do something about it or go find another job. I didn't like it when a certain other Big 12 coach took a shot at one of your commitment scenarios over the summer. And I thought it was quite ironic because they were throwing some shade about your NIL activity when they were doing the same thing last summer and outbidding you by 2 or 3 times for players. I just don't. Again, if you don't like it, but keep that, put that in your holster, man. Like I just don't like. You got your own program to run and coach, and nobody made any of these people God to where they get to judge all how others are handling their business. Coach your own program, coach your own kids. Deal with your own administration, raise your own money, and then spend it how you want. But yeah, Oregon's going to do terrible things to Oklahoma State this weekend. It's going to be not good for the league. And I think Mike Gundy probably knows it. Maybe this is his way of saying to folks in and around Stillwater, there's a big discrepancy here. And there is. But that's not Dan Lanning's problem. Dan Lanning went and got a really good job and one that's well-funded and well-resourced. They spend their money wisely, and they're they're trying to contend for, conference and national championships. That's not, Oklahoma State, for many years, they benefited from T. Boone Pickens, who you were saying. It's also not lost on me that, because I think Mike Gundy is very refreshing. I don't agree with everything he says, but we should like this because there's not a lot of filter there, and it's not coach speak. But The irony of all ironies is that when he was 40 years old, he had the rant, "I'm a man, I'm 40," and went crazy. 18 years later, he's commenting about a non-conference game where there's a massive discrepancy between, the program that he coaches and the one that he's about to face. And yet he releases a commercial, a cell phone commercial, and he did really well. I don't know how many takes this took. He had a lot of lines and a long whatever. I thought he nailed it. And is this him, like looking at life after football? Is this him, is this raising money for the NIL collective in Stillwater? I don't know what he was cut, but there's a lot going on here, but I'm here for it. We back, man.
College sports.
It's
back. That's exactly what I said after seeing the game opening Joey Maguire tortilla video last week at Jones Stadium. It made me laugh so much just to think that something like this would be necessary. Like, what world are we living in where something like this can even happen? We're living in the college football world. It's time we have the talk. Something.
You had Dabo Sweeney and Brian Kelly arguing about how they each graded their performances.
Right, 65 versus 58.
Well, maybe he didn't grade it because he didn't watch it. If I was him, I wouldn't have wanted to. It's just like I love all this stuff. This stuff is just like it's and it's barely September. We've just gotten into September. It's just a beautiful sport. The drama is great. But when things like this happen, the last thing I'll say is when things like this happen and involves a Big 12 team, we should embrace it because if there's any relevancy to be had that you can stick to or create some sort of news cycle or news or whatever, I don't think that's a bad thing. Now, there's probably some examples out there where like, oh, this isn't the best way to be in the news. I get that. But like if there's drama to be had and it's innocent enough and some opinions being thrown around, he's wrong, but I credit Mike Gundy right. for getting the Big 12 in the news.
Wrong, but entertaining. Something I've hopefully embodied over the years.
Yeah.
And yeah, I want to embrace the entertainment part of it. Is it good for the league? Sort of, but if it's followed by an ass thrashing, that's not great, as you already pointed out. So if that could catch up with the entertainment value and you're actually victorious, it's gravy all the way around.
Well,
first, today's episode brought to you by Upside. Red Raider fans, are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind and get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Just download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play Store right now and start earning cash at the pump today. And you can use our limited time promo code FOOTBALL and get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. You can make up to $300 a year just from buying the gas you already needed. You might think it's too good to be true, but it's totally legit. Real people are getting paid just to make their daily commutes, and you can too. Plus, you can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. So don't let this offer drive on by. Download the free Upside app now and use our limited time promo code FOOTBALL for a limited time 20-cent per gallon bonus. That's our promo code FOOTBALL for a limited time 25-cent per gallon bonus. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
You've seen the spread between Kent State and Texas Tech this weekend, haven't you? You've seen the number?
Yep.
I mean, it's less, but it's not significantly less on what Oregon is favored to do to Oklahoma State. I mean, there's some – you can do some math there, but it's not as big of a gap on the different spreads as you would think. Because what
happened? Did they bury T Boone with all his cash? Like what happened to any? Because I used to hear from those internal in Big 12 programs, a couple decades ago about just how much flies around Oklahoma State, both reported and unreported, and gravy train, and where'd that go? To heaven or hell?
I think he was big on brick and mortar, like the $300 million gift, I think was what he gave, like spread out over. And I think they built a lot of facilities, athletic dorm, I think. But he left us many years ago, and I don't think there's like, I don't, I've got a kid that goes there, but I don't have any knowledge of like, is there money in some account that because they were, just to be straight with you, Cowan, they were, I think Mike Gundy is at fault here, but they weren't really playing the NIL game out of the gate. And like, I think he was very late to the party and very slow to adapt, and it almost cost him his job. And then they go and say, you're going to have to give some of your own money toward these benefits.
Yes. You see that elsewhere, and that's never a good sign when they're talking about we're reallocating this portion to that.
Both coaches in the state of Oklahoma have given up $1 million each at their place. No, I'm not talking about the University of Tulsa. I'm talking about Oklahoma State. And both coaches are kind of in this weird existence to where they may not be long for either job. So
that's true.
Yeah.
T-Boone been dead for a long time. He's been a long time gone. All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Chris. Appreciate your time, insight, and perspective as always. And looking forward to the next round. We still got a mailbag edition of the program before we ship everybody off to the weekend, and then it's back at it from the Jones on Saturday morning. So looking forward to all the above, man. We'll see you then.
Bang, bang. We'll talk to everybody next time. Appreciate, and seriously, Cowan put out this this graphic about we had all these views and listens from the month of August. We're just getting started here, but seriously,
biggest ever.
Thank you so much to folks that like enjoy and are entertained or informed by what we do here, because it just keeps kind of growing. And hey man, we'll just keep plugging along. But yeah, thank you to the folks that consume this thing, because you make it worthwhile for sure. But subscribe, keep watching, and hopefully there's more wins to come. We will share them with you together.
Thank you also to those who hate watch it and don't even know how you got to watching this as well. Your clicks count just as much. Appreciate all of the above. You're all part of the Locked On Texas Tech fam family, whether you want to be or not. All right, get subscribed on YouTube or anywhere you get podcasts so you never miss an episode. Thanks to the Everydayers and, of course, the Matador Mob for always riding along. Hit our show notes and find a link to a free 14-day trial. That's your direct line to Chris and myself with one-on-one text sent straight to your phone. For Chris, I'm Casey. Thanks as always for the time. We hope to see you back for the next round on Locked On Texas Tech.